Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Sword of the Stars. I am playing this game a little bit differently than I did last time and in previous parts. Playing it in windowed mode now because frankly the last recording session and this one was kind of a pain in the ass to get started. Just because it really wanted to be a pain in the ass about starting the game and actually rendering it on my primary screen instead of leaving me stuck dealing with trying to do it in basically play the game through OBS, which that just that's not a viable option at all. So yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue this series playing this in windowed mode because it's a little bit easier to at least get started. I do expect battles to potentially be a little bit annoying just due to differences in the way the game operates because it doesn't lock the cursor in windowed mode. Now, there's probably gonna be a break between this part and next part in terms of what happens in the game because I'm recording this part mostly because we have this alien menace coming in for Corvus. And I'm curious to see what it is because I don't think we've encountered this one before. But realistically, we're not gonna have much interesting happening for a while. So, like I said, I think there's gonna be a bit of a break in terms of the turn count between this part and next one, just so that I can sit down and basically just spend time building up a fleet. So let's go ahead. One thing I do want to mention when we first started this, as soon as I loaded the save, the Imperial Domain broke their ceasefire agreement that they had with us. So, that's fun that just randomly happened. Now I may need to pause this recording because I seem to be getting this weird flickering periodically, just randomly. I'm assuming it's an issue with the game either not liking the resolution that it's at when I'm running it in this windowed mode or something else is causing some issues. I'm not quite sure which it is. Also, I think I need to adjust the game audio a little bit because it seemed a little bit too low outside of battles here. We're just going to go and auto-resolve that. Literally no point in me trying to fight that.
We have made a breakthrough, Commander.
Wonderful. Raise that. Lower sound effects a little bit.
Eureka!
Speech can go up a little bit. GUI can go up a little bit. Okay, I think that might be a little bit better. We'll see. Now, did that destroy our colony? No. Okay. Focus on infrastructure there. Ships constructed. Research completed. On the sniper cannon, don't really care about that. That's not ours, so I don't care.
This project could be the big breakthrough you have been looking for.
Uh-huh. Okay. You went Shambhala 2. I don't know where that is. I don't have the faintest clue as to where that is. You can have it, wherever it is. Okay, now I do need to keep fleet situated around this area because there's a couple of Hope Hubris fleets that I need to deal with. Give me a second to figure out where I want to go here. Okay, Fornax has more resources. So does Baltar.
Yes, sir. Fleet on heading Alpha.
I think we'll go for Baltar first. Do you mind building me some more biome colonizers?
Construction order placed, Commander.
Thank you. Can you pump out any? You can pump out two as well.
Shipyards getting up.
Now I need to figure out where I want to station the ships. So Wakanda 2 gives us a jumping off point down to Poa. Madiar gets us nothing directly, so we're gonna send them to Bismol. Doing 5 blazers, right? That one has 6. So either I gave that one an extra, or I'm supposed to have 6, and I've just managed to screw it up for a couple of fleets. Both are very real possibilities. We're gonna go with that.
Construction project initiated.
We'll queue up just the one for now, and then check trade. Anybody looking for a few more freighters? Kick that up so you get 2 routes. Kick that up so you get 2 routes. Honestly, this is a little bit hard for me to see. Okay. That looks to be everything. Oh, nope, not you. You need freighters. Just do 5 for now. You can do the other 5 later. Kick you up. Kick you up. And you. Somehow I missed you guys before. Okay. That'll get us a bit more money. Go ahead and end the turn. I think I need to adjust my webcam a little bit because I think it might be a little bit too high for where I'm needing to sit for the camera, or for the monitor to be able to better see what I'm looking at, because yeah, UI is a little small. Okay, locusts, and yeah, those definitely seem new. I want to see them in action, so we're going to fight this, even though realistically there's nothing we can do to actually fight this, considering all we have here are defensive platforms. And it's just light defensive platforms, so they're probably not going to do a particularly good job of withstanding. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. I just had to adjust my camera a little bit because I really felt like the tracking wasn't quite working the way it was supposed to. But I think it might be a little bit better now. Okay, let's fight this because I want to see what these locusts are all about. I'm imagining it's going to be a bunch of small ships for the most part. Apparently there is one. Oh no, there's definitely a mothership of sorts. But yeah, it looks to be a lot of small ships. I don't imagine these guys are going to do particularly great, these light defensive platforms, but we'll see.
Taking enemy fire.
literally not even hearing the weapons fire.
We've got hostile fire, sir.
And then they proceed to suicide into the planet, it looks like.
Taking enemy fire.
Well, we destroyed one, at least. I'm not quite sure how many we've destroyed, but it's not a whole lot, that's for damn sure. And yeah. Okay. I mean, we pretty much knew that was going to happen. Now the question is, are they
Successfully completed, sir.
just going to disappear? Or are they going to come back? Okay. Looks like nothing particularly interesting occurred there. Mass drivers. Let's see, we got bursters, heavy drivers, and stormers. Stormers are... I'm trying to recall. The stormers... I believe the stormers are basically your neutron beams. Heavy drivers, I believe, are your heavy combat lasers and the like. Don't recall for bursters. I think bursters might also be same weapon slot as those, but I could be wrong about that.
This project could be the big breakthrough you have been looking for.
Okay. Did anybody finish like terraforming or anything like that? Doesn't look like it. Queue up one more of
Aye,
those.
Commander. We will have those ships out in no time.
Okay, and you do have your supports, but you do need your bio wars. And I can queue up at least one.
Construction project initiated.
Okay, and I've got you.
Aye, sir.
You're gonna go to Fornax. You're gonna go to Zeta Reticuli, I think.
Engaging node drive.
No, you're gonna go to Baltar. Oh, no, actually, no. I think I have somebody already going to Baltar. So yeah, you'll go to Zeta Reticuli. Actually, no. Go for Garnet.
Fleet moving out.
What do they have here? Okay, the 7 dreadnoughts. That's actually a fair bit of stuff. I may want to actually move a fleet, second fleet, back.
Navigation, set course.
Okay, now I'm just trying to figure out where I station more ships, because it is admittedly kind of a pain to figure that out in the web that is our defense, or our layout there. Okay, I think everybody's pretty much set up here. least as far as I'm willing to spend money right now. Luckily, because of this alliance that we have with Hope Hubris, I have a pretty good idea as to the extent of their empire as well as where their capital is situated.
System update.
Okay. Looks like just a bunch of freighters completed. And that's about it. You know, I'm really trying to think. I mean, how large are the fleets they actually have stationed along the border regions with us? I imagine they're not exactly large. Because unless the AI is just willing to waste money, it doesn't have much reason to...
Drives to full.
to leave a large fleet contingent here. Yeah, it looks like the largest fleets are about 3 ships. If that. Looks like they don't really use stations as much. Yeah, not really. Okay, that one actually has a fair bit of stations, but yeah, most of these fleets don't really look to have much in that regard. So, realistically... if I just had more fleets. That's the issue. I just don't have enough fleets. Okay, now the question here is, do you go with the medium defense platforms? Or the scanner satellites? Well, I think there was another design for a cruiser platform that I just never designed. Yeah, the drone satellite. Point defense missiles with a bunch of medium missile mounts, heavy drones. Ooh, okay. Corrosive missile payload is definitely a yes. At least I think so. Now, do we really do PD missiles, or do we just stick with our X-ray lasers? PD missiles have a lower rate of fire, pretty much the same accuracy, slightly less range, a bit more damage. But I don't know if they're really worth it. I am slightly questioning the logic behind using those. I mean, presumably they will actually fire on ships as well. I'm pretty sure PD lasers will also, or laser point defense will also do that. It's just not quite as effective as a different laser. Although I say that, but it's pretty much the same damage as a red laser with about 50% more range, slightly more rate of fire, and a bit more accuracy. And it should be pretty similar across the board when it comes to the lasers. Yeah, okay, that's... Got me wondering, game. You really got me wondering here.
Design entered into naval archives.
We'll try it out. Also, interesting that that becomes the Mark 25. Sure. Oh god, it's gonna take you forever to finish with those freighters. I may actually need to forgo... Oh yeah, it's gonna take significantly longer doing that. Okay. Yeah, forgo those. Get the new missile defense platforms first. You got one ship here. Looks like it's a cruiser of some sort. Okay. Do I have any other fleets hidden anywhere? Doesn't look like it. Oh, well, you need one more bio war. So let's queue that second one up before I
Order placed, Commander.
look into queuing up another fleet anywhere. But yeah, with how lightly defended this sector of space is of theirs, I am thinking we may be able to actually end our alliance relatively quickly and then march in and just try to take as much shit as we can as quickly as possible before they have the ability to respond. Because most of their combat fleets should be on the other side of their empire, and it'll take them a few turns to get here. Not very many, which is why we need to line up our fleets basically to immediately jump.
System update.
And like I said, just grab as much stuff as we possibly can. So you got 2 turns for that. Can you build me... Do I want to do a flagship finally? I may want to make some adjustments to the flagship though. Such as, you know, slapping those PD missiles on that the game implies are the bee's knees. Not quite sure if I really believe it to be as effective as they claim, but we can see. We can see what happens.
Design entered into naval archives.
Okay. And yeah, I'm gonna have you build me a flagship. Put us into a bit of the red.
Initiated.
And it's gonna take you 5 turns to build that. Jesus. Out of curiosity, which is more important, resources or infrastructure? infrastructure. So who else out here has a ton of infrastructure? It's honestly really looking like it doesn't matter. Okay. Mintar, build me
Construction order,
a
please,
flagship
Commander.
CNC in 3 turns. And then after that, we'll have Mintar start building an actual fleet to go with it, of course.
System update.
We have your orders, sir. We will not fire on their ships.
We'll give them the ceasefire, even though they're probably going to break it pretty shortly thereafter, but whatever. You've got an extra route. Okay, that looks to be everybody. Except you. Build me 5 more freighters. And then you're done. Finally. It only took forever for the homeworld to finally be done. You have a lot of freighters for a sector that is just a single planet. And you're bringing in a fair amount of income. Again, for a sector that is just a single planet. That is kind of shocking. Finish up your freighters. You guys are going to be on 7, which is kind of an odd number. That'll get you to 10. I believe that's 14 for you guys. Let's shoot for a nice 15, thank you. Okay. It's all the money we have to spend this turn. Oh my god, they're taking forever.
System update.
Okay, a couple fleets have arrived.
But at least we finally have this tech, Director.
Research completed. Okay, nothing particularly interesting there.
Colonizer landing now, Commander.
Okay, now where do I send you? God, this is just a ridiculous web. Um, could you make it over here?
Fleet moving
You
out.
could. Okay. Let's do that so we can also try to push in from that side as well. I feel like I'm missing a fleet, and I think it's because I moved them over to here. And I completely forgot where they were supposed to be going. You have one planet directly next to you to go for. You have one as well, Marjapur. Sure.
Yes, Commander. Initiating research project.
Let's space out the building a little bit.
Construction order placed, Commander.
That'll take you 3 turns to build 2.
Shipyards gearing up.
Okay, that one would still take 3 turns. So yeah, no.
Aye, Commander. We will have those ships out in no time.
We'll build both there. You guys need some freighters. Yeah, we'll get that done so that those guys at least have a couple. That'll help them a little bit. That way they also start taking advantage of their routes that they have available.
System update.
Your flagship is ready for battle, Director.
Wonderful. Okay, that's presumably one of their planets. But it's got Tarka population on it, okay.
Course plotted. Engaging node drive.
Good lord. Krantor is taking forever to do anything. have you queue up one blazer.
Aye, Commander. We will have those ships out in no time.
System update.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and take care of these guys real quick.
Construction order placed, Commander. Shipyards gearing up.
That should be 3 blazers. That's a little too far away for me to be attacking you, friend.
Landing area prepped for colonists.
Come on.
System update.
Over time and over budget. But at least we finally have this tech director. This project could be the big breakthrough you have been looking for.
Focus on the infrastructure.
Aye, Commander. We will have those ships out in no time.
That gets me to
Construction
5.
project initiated.
Which honestly I think is going to be sufficient. I think we'll just build the Bio Wars next. Actually, you guys continue focusing on your infrastructure. You still need a lot more of that before you bother trying to do anything else. see. I'll have you go and build your additional 5 there to finish that up.
System update.
Sir, I have an unknown target.
Okay, that is... Okay. Do we have any idea how long it'll take for them to arrive? Nope. Okay, but that's going to be the Locust again. Try to pump out as many of those medium defense stations as you can before they arrive. Those should go a long way towards ensuring your survival, though it's still no guarantee.
Construction project initiated.
And hey, that'll let us test out the point defense and see if it actually, or the point defense missiles rather, and see if they actually do anything against ships, or if they will only fire upon missiles. Okay. Got a Von Neumann over here. Yeah, I'll fight that. And Hope Hubris is joining in, so that'll be nice, I suppose. And hey, we can weaken their fleet here by letting them be the ones who fight the bulk of the battle for us.
Unknown alien craft? Incoming!
Probably not, though, based upon the...
Bringing guns to bear. Target data received.
Oh, you're using shields. Okay, well, that's good to know. What the fuck is that you're using?
The enemy has been defeated.
Update.
I don't know if that's blazers or not. Or the burning cutting laser? Whatever the hell it's called. Should be able to check that here. Yep. Yeah, cutting beam. Phaser point defense. I would love to get that. But the game doesn't seem too keen on giving it to me. Unfortunately. Okay, you've arrived here. And it seems like we got quite a bit of time. So I'm going to actually have you
On heading Alpha.
head to Adhara to help bolster the fleet there. Or, well, the defense, not the fleet. Because there is no fleet. You know what? Take care of your terraforming real quick. That won't take you very long. I feel like there's more places where I should have terraforming or infrastructure to do. But evidently I might be wrong about that. Well, no, okay. Those ones... I think those are the ones that I was missing because I, for some reason, thought they weren't quite as bad and in need of terraforming as they actually are.
Repair ship deployed.
Top up the little bit of damage we took there.
System update.
Pretty sure we're over budget, right? Yep. Okay, terraforming completed there. Focus on the infrastructure again. Infrastructure. Infrastructure. Okay, I don't know where you're telling me you want, but I don't really care.
Fleet moving out.
Queue up the
Construction
second
project
bio-war.
initiated. Construction order placed, Commander.
Some of these colonies need a little bit more of a boost, it seems like. Five turns a little too long for my liking, I'm afraid.
Shipyards gearing up.
Okay. Continue on. This is probably the last turn for this part, unless something particularly interesting occurs that warrants me continuing for longer.
System update.
Oh, servants have been eliminated, okay.
Time and over budget. But at least we finally have this tech, Director.
Ooh, special project completed. Nanite missile technology. Large missile capable of dispersing a large cloud of powerful nano disassemblers that bind to a passing ship's hull and do a large amount of erosion damage over time. Requires a large turret mount. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Full funding received, sir. Thank you.
Still waiting for them to give me the damn Mason beam. Okay. That's a lot of ships for them. You have antimatter warheads. I don't think I have antimatter warheads. Also, I'm not seeing Mason beam. Oh, you got phasers. Fucking A. Okay, there's the Mason beam. Okay. Oh, you got AI. The AI has AI. Ah, okay. 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 So I've been holding off on this tech because it is considered a dangerous tech. In that, once we research it, we have to be pretty freaking quick to research another tech, otherwise we have the potential to deal with an AI uprising. And it's also
This project could be the big breakthrough you have been looking for.
a case of, I want to get this as soon as possible. Can I get this down to a single turn? At all? No. Even if I put zero money into savings, I cannot get that down to a single turn. It is an absolute minimum of 2 turns of research. I think we have to go for it. Because I think that's gonna matter enough. For us. Okay. Oof, that is... And I'm just taking a quick glance at the, . tech tree here. Yeah, they got phasers. Those are some of the best weapons in the game in terms of energy weapons. They do progress past there to pulsed phasers, and then of course point defense phasers, which we didn't actually see in action, but we did see that they had equipped, because when we checked the battle details, it showed it there with 0 damage done. Okay. We're going to do a couple more turns. Try to get this AI researched. We've got like 2 or 3 different techs that we got to get to before we can actually get AI slaves, which will prevent the AI uprising from happening. So, doing this, we pretty much have to beeline the AI tech to hopefully try to avoid the uprising or quash it. But I think even if you quash it, it can still happen again until you finish researching AI slaves, which is why it's very important that you research that as soon as physically possible once you start researching AI.
System update.
We saw that they had AI fire controls. They may also have AI administration, which can help with improving planets. In some way, I don't recall the specifics of it. But AI fire control is what it says on the tin. We got that one tech that improved our fire control. I don't think we ever used it on any ships, but AI fire control, if memory serves me correctly, is basically that. It's another forward ship module. I guess bridge module, technically.
System update.
We have made a breakthrough, Commander.
Wonderful. Okay. So, yep. Okay, yeah, here we go. AI command forward, weapon accuracy, AI factories for industrial output, AI administration. Increase the financial output of all worlds by 50%. That's wonderful for us when we're trying to build up a fleet. But first things first, we need to research AI virus. This digital virus gives the player the ability to purge his civilization of AI influence and negate the effects of an AI of the AI rebellion. Now, yes, that is a hard requirement, and that is the only requirement to get AI slaves.
This project could be the big breakthrough you have been looking for.
Got a picture of the tech tree that I had to take a glance at to see. So, we need to research that as soon as physically possible.
Navcom programmed. Yes, sir. Fleet on heading Alpha.
Now that's going to take 2 turns. Can I get that one down to 1? No. So those guys are probably arriving this next turn, if I had to make a guess. Let's do one more turn. This is going to be a longer part. We're already over an hour. But, I think we need it. That way we can attempt to prevent the AI uprising from occurring. and that'll give us a ton of new technologies once we have those. Yep, okay. Let's go ahead and fight the locusts here with this fleet. I think this is the one with the flagship, which I think I actually forgot to... No, this isn't the one with the flagship. The one with the flagship is still finalizing being built up. Okay, now the question for me is, do I want to sit back or... Because that's a lot of ships, and I don't think we have the necessary firepower to effectively suppress it all.
Aye, sir. Bringing guns to bear.
I think we want to try to knock out the mothership, if possible.
We've got hostile fire, sir.
Target locked.
We've got target. Incoming.
We're probably going to take losses, I imagine. But there's a lot of these things spawning, and they're just constantly spawning here.
You heard the man. Get this ship moving.
We've got target.
Back up. Yep, lost the ship.
Reinforcements arriving.
Okay. Now we just deal with the stragglers.
Taking enemy fire.
And I need to, ooh, those should be on 2.
The enemy has been defeated.
I need to redo those.
System update.
Phew. Okay. Try and be more careful out there, though.
You need to rebuild some infrastructure. So I need 1 blazer. Anybody here able to build me a blazer real quick? 3 turns for you. No, that's
Construction order placed, Commander.
relatively quick, I suppose. Oh, you're building, so never mind. I'm just gonna have these guys build the last 4. Good lord, it's gonna take you forever to do that. Build 2. Never mind. Build 1. That way you can start getting your routes taken care of. Okay. Now this map is rotated a little bit. I was a little bit confused as to why our capital is up here instead of usually like over here.
System update.
We have made a breakthrough, Commander.
Wonderful. Oops. Meant to have you do that. There we go. Okay.
Colony status green.
You guys colonize to get those places up.
Engines to power, aye.
Okay. Now, I think we're going to go for AI factories
This
for the
project
industrial
could be
output.
the big breakthrough you have been looking for.
And there's the flagship. Laser. Laser. Supports at the very bottom, guys. Do I get to spawn a third? I do get to spawn a third with this. Okay, that's... Can I get a fourth? Nope, okay. You know what? I think I'm going to put one bio war in there. I think that works. Now, one thing I did realize while we were fighting that, weapon layout. Those should be 2. There we go. And Armada CNC, those should be 2. Armors, even though I'm not using them, those should be 2. Bio Wars, those should be 2. And that should be 3, I think. That should be 2. Drones should be 3. Flagship, those should be 2. Oops. Okay. Well, so with us having managed to avoid the AI rebellion, it seems like, I think we're going to go ahead and end this part here. It doesn't look like I have anything I need to actually click on to trigger anything. Yep. Okay. So yeah, that's going to be it for this part. I'll see you all next time. Until then, goodbye and farewell.